out. What a game! What an incredible game in the Charm City. What an incredible game. Whew. Oh, man. I cannot believe what just happened. I cannot believe what just happened. I could not believe what I just witnessed. That was an incredible game. In the toughest conditions. It's still raining outside in Baltimore. And especially where I'm at. But, my voice is gone. Gotta be completely honest with you guys. I just got through today's game and the afternoon games, and my voice is literally gone. I was just screaming with lots of elation, trying to process what it's been for the Ravens. I mean, it just came down to the finest details, man. Whew. Let's get into this. Let's get into this game. So, most of y'all know, the Ravens went into overtime with everything at stake, with the hopes of getting the number one seed in the AFC playoff picture at stake. Go into overtime, needing 10 more minutes of football to beat the Los Angeles Rams. And somehow, some way, they did the hard way, but in dramatic fashion. Lamar Jackson in this game. Wow. He dealt with a lot of adversity. 24-43, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, we all saw. But only getting sacked twice, with Aaron Donald not getting a sack on him, is just extraordinary. Passer rating could have been better. QBR could have gone better. But, wow. Wow. That right there is just incredible. That was incredible. But the most exciting thing about this offense right here is that it all started on that Zay Flowers touchdown pass. There were many more touchdowns that I can think about in this game that were set up. The one to Isaiah Likely, deep ball, perfectly executed. The one to Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, sensational. And then that third one to Zay Flowers. With under 2 minutes to go, on 3rd and 17, with the game on the line down by 5, Lamar Jackson delivers an absolute bullet to Zay Flowers. And I was just, when I saw that, I was losing it, man. My voice was nearly gone at the moment where I thought, oh man, we're going to win this game. Now, up until that defense was struggling to get stops in the fourth quarter, the game went into overtime. And I was like, oh no, here we go again. Is it the same team that we saw in overtime week 3 against the Indianapolis Colts that left me flat out disgusted and disappointed? Or is this a new team? The Ravens start overtime, 3 and out. And I was like, oh no, here we go again. Same old Ravens team doing it their way. And it's not going well for them. And then the defense goes out there and just completely shuts down the Rams offense. What happens there? This is the fun part. 3 and out. Punting comes on for the Rams. Punt. And that punt returner that was back there was not Devin Duvernay at all, because he left the game with an injury. It was Tylan Wallace. Tylan Wallace was the player of the game. He showcased how this team is super resilient and how this team can go further with a next man mentality. He took that punt back into the end zone, keeping his balance and going the distance for a 76-yard punt return touchdown for the win. All the credits, all the respect goes to Tylan Wallace for taking place of Devin Duvernay. It's just incredible, unbelievable, and surprising. It was just one of the best moments that I ever seen this season from the Ravens. To be dealing with the elements, to be dealing with injuries, to be dealing with everything that's at stake. And seeing this team finishing the game with an exclamation point. Unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. Now I know. Defensively, you give up 31 points. Definitely not your best performance. But with the way the offense was able to respond after getting punched in the mouth throughout a majority of this game, to my standpoint, there were times where the offense stalled on drives that they could have had. But Lamar Jackson's like, you know what? We're messing up. We need something that will build on to this team's confidence and, matter of fact, get the confidence back and maintain our composure. What does he do? He goes out there and takes the offense to the next level. And he did that late in the fourth quarter, but not in overtime. And I understand that the 3-and-out was definitely not helpful for the offense. But the way that Tylan Wallace on special teams, it means something special for this fan base, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's just nothing to say right here. But I will say, 10 wins on the year. We're the second team to get to 10 wins. First team in the AFC to get 10 wins. And hold on to the number 1 seed in the AFC. Because of all the debacle that's been happening in the afternoon games and outside the 1 o'clock games as well. Just looking at what's happening out there. Whew. The AFC playoff picture is just getting wild. And like I said from a previous video, I will be doing playoff predictions and playoff updates as the season is winding down. And I will give my scenarios as if the Ravens were to fight for the 1 seed. And I guarantee you, it could happen. 1 game out of the 5, done. Accomplished. If you win the last 4 games on the year, you will have the 1 seed. Because there's a lot to accomplish and a lot to achieve. Whew. What a season it's been. This has been absolutely a wild season. Definitely not a stressful season. Definitely not a season where we just worry so much about one thing. This has just been a season with ups and downs, roller coaster ride, and I think that all of our hard work and resiliency has paid off. Just to summarize my recap video, the offense, run game, had to click on all cylinders. It got stopped a bunch of times because the Rams, all they had to do was stop Lamar Jackson in the run game. But when it came down to throw the football, there was a couple miscues to throw it to your receivers. And I know it's the life without Mark Andrews. We're trying to make a change from it, which we have. But there are a couple miscues in there. Not going to use the weather as an excuse. Because Lamar Jackson threw for 316 yards passing. Immaculate. Immaculate stats right there. Defense. Not your best performance today. Could not get a lot of pressure on Stafford. But when you needed to make the stops that you needed to, you executed. Just make the adjustments heading into next week, Sunday Night Football against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That will not be an easy game. It will not be an easy game down there in Duval. But you managed to hold down the Rams today and protect home field. And now you gotta get ready for the Jaguars up next. Because I know it will not be an easy game. Despite Trevor Lawrence having an ankle sprain, he can still show you flashing moments of what he's able to do. So get ready for that. Sunday Night Football against the Jacksonville Jaguars next week. Now, with that being said, the Ravens are just showing so much resiliency. This is one of the most resilient teams in the history of the National Football League. Despite suffering a lot of injuries that hurt them so much, but this year, there are not a lot of injuries that are long-term injuries. We just suffered a lot of self-inflicted wounds throughout the 3 losses that we've put on our record books. But if we can continue to show off that we are explosive offense, a resilient football team despite everything that could have gone wrong, we should be able to respond. And despite the outside noise, people calling us out, saying that we're not a legit contender for a Super Bowl, we're going to prove the narrative's wrong. Because this is one heck of a journey that just can't ride off. But there's still a lot of football left. And whatever's at stake, the opportunity is there for y'all. If you really want to go for the top seed in the AFC, go for it. Go for it all. It's not about being scared. It's about going out there and earning it. Take advantage of the opportunities. Fix the miscues. On offense, defense, special teams. But Tylan Wallace, hats off to you, my man. You are the hero of this game. You stepped up when you need to. And like he said in the post-game press conference, give credit to the guys who blocked for him. Because they created a path for him to go on that game-winning 76-yard punt return touchdown to win it overtime. That was just a moment of celebration right there. Very special moment. And with that being said, that's pretty much gotta say. It's been a long day. A lot of crazy games going on. And as of now, the Ravens are the 1 seed still in the AFC, depending on what Miami does tomorrow against Tennessee on Monday Night Football. So Ravens flock. In the city of Baltimore, you can finally rejoice. As for me, I'm going to head out, get some rest, and prepare ourselves for next week. That being said, that's all I got to say. Let's get it. What a game. What a game.